Our next talk is going to be from Lucia De La Huerta, who's going to talk to us about bats and GPS tags. I'm excited about this one. I'm excited about all of them, but I do love bats. So yeah, this one should be very cool.
Well, in difference with Izabela, I will show more a case study. So yes, we were tagging the lesser noctule and to try to study the migration of the bats from the south of Europe to the north through these miniaturized biologger tags. I'm correcting here GPS for biologgers because actually it gives many more data. So that will be the correct term. First of all, I will introduce the lesser noctule, which is the tiniest of all the three noctules that we have in Europe. And it's an intermediate size bat among the 45 species that exist in the continent. And by intermediate, I mean they weigh between 10 and 20 grams, and it can fit in the 4 fingers of the palm of your hand. So bats in the tropics live in the whole year in the same roosts. However, in the northern hemisphere, due to the climate, they need to change among roosts. To do so, they migrate, and some of the species do short migrations, which are about 50 kilometers. Others do intermediates, which are 200 kilometers more or less. And we have another ones that can make about 1,000 kilometers, and here is where our lesser bat enters. So far, you might think that the most impressive thing is that this tiny animal does such displacements, but the real astonishing thing is that only the females do it. And yes, this is a behavior common among the European migrant bat species. Males are sedentary and females do the long migrations between the hibernation roosts in southern Europe to the maternity roosts in northern Europe. However, until recent years, the only way that existed to track the movement of these animals, considering their weight, was through the use of 4-arm rings. Unlike the bird ringing, bat ringing has 2 critical points. First of all, the placement of the rings, being in the wing, interferes with the daily movements and can cause serious injuries. And second, recovery success is really low because of their critical and nocturnal behavior. Accidental encounters are not abundant, and the amount of people actually interested on or working with bats is quite low in comparison. This highlights the need to find other ways to study their movements in this technological era. This gap in the knowledge and technology is something that the Max Planck Institute is addressing through the Europe-wide Icarus Bats project, which is led by Edward and Dina. And in this project, they focus on studying 4 of the long migratory species from Europe, which are the 3 noctules and the free-tailed bat. As you may have noticed, we will be focusing here on the Nyctalus lady only. As part of the project, to improve the methodology to study these species, they developed the nanofox, which are the miniaturized biologger tags, and they weigh 1 gram. They are equipped with the EOT that can connect through the Sigfox network and sends each 3 hours a GPS point, temperature, accelerometer information, and air pressure among the most relevant data. And basically, the data you receive will depend first on how long the device remains attached to the animal, but second, on the battery life. However, in most of the cases, it was more than enough to track the migration, as long always that the device are attached at the right time. And here experience speaks for itself. In our first year participating in the project, we were able to find only 1 animal, basically because of the amount of field work we could afford to do and the time of the year we went. So we missed them for 1 week. However, this is something that, thanks to the 2025 WILDLABS Awards, allowed us to change and to destiny the personnel and the resources to do a well-organized field campaign in order to not fail again. And we aim to tag 20 females. Yes, we jumped to a go hard or go home approach. And to find them, we use the platform of the batmonitoring.org, which is a citizen science project with 5 standardized protocols to study bat populations. It's run from the Vivio Research Group at the Natural Science Museum of Granollers in Catalonia, Spain, which, by the way, is a project and a platform open to all Europe. So I invite you to check it out after. The noctules are species that are crevice dwelling, which means that they can use the bat boxes. Taking advantage of this, from the Kiro Boxes protocol, we pre-selected around 500 bat boxes with the species registered among the 3,700 available in the platform. Finally, we revised around 100 bat boxes, finding 42 individuals and ending with 26 female tagged. We made it. To put some context, the whole project in 2025 consisted in 107 female tagged. This means that the effort we were able to do was clearly reflected in a 25% of the total amount of the data for the lesser noctule in 2025, which is amazing. Finally, to summarize our results, I present here, yeah, it works. I present here a quick video which shows the migration routes that we managed to acquire, and putting in numbers, all the animals gave data in Catalonia. 20 of them crossed to France, and 11 of them we tracked for more than 600 kilometers. The furthest point, as you can see, was Hamburg in Germany. Comparing with the methodology used so far, this technology allowed us to have among 40 and 75% of migratory recovery. And here I mean long distance tracks. I want to conclude this journey of empowered females, sharing these 2 powerful images. In the last 75 years, having among 5,000 permanent ringed animals, all the progress in the movement of the species were 36 records, having only the information of a start and a finishing point. Whereas in 3 years, the Icarus Bat project achieved around 300 animals temporarily tagged, giving all of them information, being able to see stopovers, when they move, how far or fast they can move, and all the data is available at the MoveBank database. This is a step that was so needed to answer so many questions that can guide to better understanding and conservation management of the species. I'm convinced that we have filled a knowledge gap, but in a way, this has raised a lot of new questions for me. And above all, I'm eager to continue studying the movement of other bat species, and I hope technology continues to advance so that we can do this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for sharing. That's fantastic. As someone who used to do a lot of bat surveys and do some ringing as well, it's great to see a project that's like adopting new tools to improve the practice and also collect like such amazing and useful data as well. It's really, really fantastic. And yeah, really great to see that final map at the end just being so much more detailed to what we had previously. So thank you so much. Do we have any questions for Lucia from anyone on the project? No, I've got a quick question. Are you planning to run this to do a similar project with more species, or are there any plans in the works for that?
So basically, the project of Edward is studying for 3 other species, but so far we are only involved in the Lesler's bat.
Okay, brilliant. And are the GPS tags still attached in most cases? Will they still be collecting data this year?
No, they last about 40 days, the one that lasts the more. However, this year we started a new campaign of tagging to track this 2026 spring migration. So hopefully I will have more data. So far I did 15 more, so I'm eager to see the results.